96.1 FM, streaming live on wordradio.com, on social, and on the Word Radio app.
Welcome back, Soulful Sunrisers. On this Friday, May 15, 2026, we are talking about our physical fitness, being able to restart our fitness the right way this spring. It's May, it's spring. Our guest needs no introduction. He got a brand new website. Thank you for putting me on that website. I love it, on the media page, Eric Fitman Brown. But we got a song for you. You know, we got to do you right.
Good morning, Karen. I appreciate it.
We got your theme song, man. Walk into this world. Well, come on, let's walk into it. Yes, I'm practicing for my syndication, so let's get it. Good morning. How are you?
I am excellent. Look, it's getting warmer out.
Yes.
We are further away from January, so I'm feeling great.
All right, so today we're talking about, and I'm glad you're feeling great, and congrats, by the way, in seriousness, on the website. I saw the functionality, the reviews, all that stuff. Love, love, love. So for those of you who don't know, our guest, Fitman Fademan, not only is he a master sprinter, not only is he a master barber, not only is he a master, like I love when you said, this is where you come to work out and not jokes. Like when you want to take your physical health seriously, you come to me. So we're talking about restarting this morning because our word today, or so far, my word was recommit. We have dedication, busy, perseverance, regroup, community, and movement. What is your word of this Friday?
Reestablish.
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 Oh, okay. So I'm asking you, you said for what you wanted to talk about is how to restart the fitness the right way, which made me think that there are so many wrong ways. So, right? Got to be a wrong way if you say to restart the right way. So how do we restart Fitman, Fademan, the right way on May 15th? Many of us have already given up. Many of us have reached for the Twinkie. What do we need to do to get back with ourselves to understand that this really matters? We matter.
Well, the first thing that we need to address is how did we get here? So a lot of us people tend to act like bears in the fall, in the winter, and we like to hibernate in October and November and December. And now all of a sudden it's May. It's been 6 months and most of us haven't done anything since October. So we've got to get back to the basics of what we were doing prior to that hibernation. We've got to get back to the gym 2 to 4 days a week. We've got to get back to tracking our foods. We've got to get back to getting quality sleep and keeping our stress levels low. We have to get back to reestablishing the basics of what's always worked in exercise.
How do we restart that? Now that we have established what we've done wrong or what we didn't do to ourselves or for ourselves, what would be the first step to restart this? We've identified. How do we flip that switch on that we're not, part of it, I feel sometimes people feel overwhelmed in doing a workout, starting something because they just see the end goal and don't understand that there's steps to getting there. So they've already petered out and frustrated. How do we flip on the switch to say, grace? Okay, here's where I am.
Let's start here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start here. If you wanted to save $10,000 in a year, could you do it in 1 month or 1 day? Maybe if you're a billionaire, but most of us are not billionaires. You can't save that $10,000 in a day or a month, but you can start the process in a day. So the first step to starting the process is getting back to the gym and doing a basic workout. You might only have the conditioning and be in shape to handle 20 minutes or 25 minutes. But doing that today is better than saying, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow.
Oh, wait, why did tomorrow get all of that energy?
Okay, because I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. And then it never happens. So let's just go get it started today. You don't have to change the world today, but you've got to get started today. And getting started is just driving to the gym or taking a walk outside or going to the track. You got multiple different options that can get the train rolling again.
I love that. The mindset, like you said. And, when you put money out there and when you use that as an analogy, we get it. we get it. We understand, gas is almost $5.
Mm.
So can I go walk as opposed to driving, right? That's a great way to move your body. And steps. So if we just start with the basic Fitman, I remember when I was overweight and my doctor said to me, if you just walk every day, you are working out every organ, every tissue, every muscle. And that is going to train your brain to want to start to move it, jog a little bit. So let's start with walking. Gas is high. How many steps should we try to get to a mile, 2 miles? They say 2,000 steps equal 1 mile. Is that correct?
I would say this. I would say the first step in that equation is that you've got to have a way to track what you're doing. So I think buying a step counter and using that and establishing on the first day, how many steps did I actually take today? Going through my regular activities and then adding on to there. I think it's hard to give an arbitrary number because I don't know where everybody's starting from.
Amen.
Somebody might be at 5,000 today. Somebody might be at 1,000. Somebody might be at 10,000. I don't think that I would tell the person who's at 1,000 or 2,000 today to say, hey, I need you at 12,000 today. I think that's
right.
So
right. It's
so I think tracking that and establishing where you are today leads you to get a better number in the future.
I love that. So we don't want to give up. We want to encourage people. So let's just talk about it. Some people are dealing with sciatica. That was something that came up last night. Sciatica pain. What would you say, as a fitness expert, instructor, owner, how do you combat and what do you tell your clients with sciatica how to ease back into recommitting to a workout? What does that look like?
Well, the first thing I would tell somebody with sciatica, or if they had issues that are outside of the scope of personal training, is to go see their doctor first and actually get a diagnosis in terms of what's happening. Because you don't want to come into the gym and you have pre-existing issues, sciatica, it could be a bad back, it could be a bad elbow, and then do things that just exacerbate the injury. So I would like a diagnosis first, and then we can kind of create the plan around that. Also going through a movement screen and seeing what movements you can do pain-free and which ones cause issue, and then kind of building your strength from there.
I love that, a movement screen. And what about, you said to restart your plan for spring. What are some of the things you feel doable just on a equal base? What are doable things to restart? What should people be thinking? I can do this. What are the doable stuff?
Well, you and I have been talking about this since last
every
year.
time, but it's always, you got to feed. You got not everybody's off the breast milk. You got to feed. You got to feed. So what are we feeding?
So I say that because we always go back to the same basic exercise. The one thing that most people can start today is just walking. Walking. That's the most basic thing. I said back in the winter, go for a 20-minute walk. And now, Philadelphia, though it's not 25 degrees out, so you can't sell me that now.
Right.
65 degrees to 75 degrees, we can go take that walk.
And Miss Joyce says, I walk for 1 hour, 5 days a week on the track, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And I do believe, like what you said, with Miss Joyce putting that, doing it every day and having a time to show up, the brain gets used to it. The body gets used to it. So commit to the time. You always say, right? Don't just say, I want to lose weight. How much weight do you want to lose?
Yes.
Announce it so that you know this is where I'm going. Just really be intentional with what it is that you want so you can have realistic expectations and goals. I'm always asking you this, but I'm always going to ask you to answer it. Why is it important, especially with everything that we're dealing with, navigating, everything has gone up, we're challenged. Why is it so important to understand that movement and restarting your fitness routine is your mental gift to self? It is your self-love for mental wellness. Please speak on that.
Listen, movement is life. When we move, we feel better. When we move, our bodies work better. When we stop moving, that's it. And you could compare movement outside of exercise too. What if you had goals outside of exercise, career goals, family goals, goals that you want to hit, education goals. If you stop moving toward the goal, what happens? The goal never happens.
Never happens.
So with movement in our body, to keep our bodies healthy, to keep our bodies with less stress on them, we got to move. We got to lift. We got to run. We got to jump. We got to swim. We got to do things that keep our body fit.
Yeah, just move. Take it away, Fitman. I'm going to go. So, yeah, just moving the body. What else do you want us to know about restarting? You know, when I was preparing for the show today, I always do my due diligence and see what my guests have coming up, what they've been doing. And that's when I noticed, oh, Fitman is doing his website over. No, but it goes back to goals.
Yeah.
It goes back to having a goal, just like with weight loss, just like with fitness, health, and saying, what do I need to do to take it up a notch? So if we use that analogy, what did you see that you needed to do to take it up another? Was it just to clean it out, refresh it, new optic eyes? Like, what was your mindset when you were doing that, as if you were training?
So my mindset was, obviously I have a blueprint with my website, but I'm always looking for improvement. It's the same mindset I take into the gym with every single workout that I've ever done. How can I get a little better today? And I may not get a mile better, but I could get an inch better, right? And that still counts as progress. So for me, it was, how can I make the user experience easier? How can I make it easier for people to contact me? I don't want you going through 1,000 pages to find me. I don't want you going through ads and all these kinds of things. I want you to say, hey, this guy provides a service. There goes his phone number. There goes his email. I can get in contact with him. I can fill out his form, his intake form. He's gonna get back to me. So I wanted to make it easier for the users, for the people.
So simplifying the process, just like with restarting, simplifying it. So you always say, if you work out, but your eating habits don't match your workout, your results are literally not. They're zero. So what are the foods? No, this is what you tell us, right? What are you eating? What are you eating? Are you tracking what you're eating? So what foods, as we restart, recommit our physical fitness, wellness routine, what are some of the foods we should try our best? Now, this is if we are saying medication is not a problem, we've talked to our primary care, we are managing our diabetes or, whatever factors we have. What are some of the foods we should incorporate? And what are the foods we should do our best to let go of in order to match this fitness with nutrition? What would you advise us to do?
Let's start with foods that we need to eat. And let's start with the principle that goes on top of that. It needs to be balanced. A balanced amount of carbohydrates, protein, and fats each day. Now, where these sources come from can vary. Some people, so let's talk about carbohydrates. Some people like me might be rice people. Some people might be potato people. Some people might be vegetable people or fruit people. You need carbohydrates coming in for energy, because if you don't have those carbohydrates in your system, your workout's not going to go as you thought it was going to go. You're going to have a lack of energy. So that's carbohydrates. Protein, maybe you like chicken. Maybe you like beef. Maybe you like turkey. I don't know. But as long as you have the adequate amount of protein coming in to rebuild your muscle, you're going to be good. And then, of course, you need balanced amount of fats as well. And that can come from olive oil. That could come from coconut oil. That could come from mixed nuts. You have different options. Now, when it comes to the things that we don't need, Karen, okay, when it comes to the things that we don't
Okay,
need,
wait, before you say this,
okay.
Let me tell you what happened yesterday. I'm going to be so honest with you and myself on Sunrise. Oh my God. So yesterday in the school, because I am in the schools 4 days a week doing wellness offerings, right? So that's yoga, meditation, gym, like things like that.
Yes.
Ooh, Eric, Fitman, Fademan Brown, it was a day. Ooh. These kids were on 912 yesterday. I don't know what happened, but it was all my classes. And so in 4 days, I literally see 320 students. So they were, because it's 80 a day. So it was crazy. You know what I did on my way home?
Okay. What'd you do?
I went through the drive-thru.
Oh, no.
at McDonald's.
Oh no! Oh no! No! No!
I had 2 hamburgers with medium fries with sweet and sour sauce on the side to dip my fries in. I did go home and do it. I didn't eat it in my car. And I didn't want to be that pathetic. And then and I got an apple pie.
This is stunning.
It was good going down.
I'm sure.
I paid for it like 36 minutes after I went to the bathroom. But I got it out my system and I was like, recommit. It was an emotion, but I was like, oh my God, these kids drove me to McDonald's. But then I said, did they really? Or did you really want the McDonald's?
And you know what, Karen? I was just telling a client.
Oh wait, Fahim said you could at least got the fish fillet. I really did not want that. I wanted all the bad stuff.
I want all the bad stuff. Listen, I was just telling a client yesterday, it comes down to what we want versus what we need. And guess what? The things that we want, we have to make sacrifices for. There's no way around this. You know.
Oh, we got to go to break. Fahim, you didn't even tell me we were over. Oh, see how we talk? We get this and then tell us what we should not be eating. We are listening to Soulful Sunrise, Progressive Black Talk Media, where healing meets the airwaves. Our guest today is Fitman Fademan. We're talking about restarting, recommitting your health fitness routine, 900 AM, 96.1 FM. And when we get back, please call in or put your questions in the chat for Eric Fitman Brown, Fitman Fademan. We'll be right back after these messages. It's May 15th, 2026. It is Friday. Our guest today is Eric Fitman Fademan Brown, a favorite of the show where we really talk about the nuts and bolts of getting fit, getting healthy, feeling better, and understand that this is a marathon. It's not a one-time thing. You have to commit. All right. So I want to, first of all, acknowledge that poet Josh Smith during the commercial and Black Women and Melanin. What? Let's get some snaps up. Our word of the day have been recommit, dedication, busy, perseverance, regroup, community, movement, reestablish, adjust. And did I get everything? Good morning, Miss Phyllis. How are you? I think I got all the words. So you were talking about what we should not eat. Eric Fitman Brown, what are we? We know we're not eating them 2 burgers and French fries and apple pie. I didn't get the soda though. But go ahead. What are we not eating?
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I go through Philly every day, and I go down Cheltenham Avenue, and I look at some of the fast food joints, and I look at the drive-throughs, and they're packed.
Yeah.
So not only are we bringing in a lot of extra calories, right, that lead to gains in body fat, we're also bringing in low quality food.
Valid.
Okay. And again, this is not, we aren't aiming for perfection. There is no perfection 100% diet, and you'll never make any mistakes, and you don't ever have anything that you want that isn't considered healthy. But that can't be the daily plan.
Oh, absolutely not. But it feels good at a cheat day. But yes.
Yeah, but and again, it can feel good in the moment. But if too many of those moments add up, Karen,
absolutely.
I can tell you what's going to happen. That person is going to look in the mirror, and then whatever feel good they had in those moments of having that is going to go right away.
All right.
Because they're not going to like what they see or how they feel.
So stay away from that, definitely, because you said poor quality and it's fast food. Fast food is fast food. But what are some of the other things we should not be eating?
Well, let's start here. And this is something that we eat a lot at home. A lot of excess sugar. Mm-hmm. Okay, a lot of excess sugar. And they sneak sugar into a lot of different things now, which I think it's important for folks when you go shopping. You've got to look at labels.
Reading,
okay?
Yes.
You've got to turn around every food you buy. You know what? That could be the challenge for Philadelphia. For the rest
read
of
the labels, right?
When you start going to the supermarket, turn every food around and start reading those labels. Look at how many grams of sugar are in a certain food. If you're buying a protein source, if you're buying chicken or beef, and you see sugar in it, what are we really doing?
Oh my God, I hope no one's doing that though, Fitman. I think you're taking that to the extreme.
Oh, I'm not. Oh no, I'm not. I've seen it. I've seen it in the grocery
fresh
store.
Chicken.
I've seen packs of chicken or packs of meat, and you can turn it around and you can see the grams of sugar is not 0, which means that they're adding a couple grams of sugar into protein, which I find to be crazy.
Yeah. Definitely read the labels. Definitely. And, and then we got to speak up. Is this only in our community that they're doing this craziness? Like, this is crazy. Putting sugar. But I always say, when that was yesterday, but generally my rule of thumb is shop in the perimeters. The aisles are sticky because that's where you have all your processed food. But the perimeter is where you could do the eye test. You can look at fresh vegetables. You could look at fresh fish. You could look at fresh meat. Perimeter is where you have your nuts. All that stuff is the perimeter. It's the aisle that are laden with stuff to get us. No,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
serious because I'm like, oh my God, let me get out of the aisle. So everything is in there. Question. I had a great physical yesterday, blood work. Great. I've lost 60 pounds over the past 2 years. What can I do to tone up better? Great question. I love this question.
Okay. Well, I think knowing me, you already know what I'm going to say. And now it's time to pump some iron.
Yeah.
Okay. Because again, weight loss is a game of energy deficit. You don't have to step into a gym to lose weight in terms of scale weight, but you do need to get into that gym and start to touch some iron and start to pump some iron in order to sculpt your body. Okay. That's your paintbrush. So if you want better shoulders, if you want better legs, or whatever your goal is, you got to start to pump some iron, and it has to be challenging.
Iron, yeah. And the next question is, what do I do to get rid of menopausal belly skin? I swear I did not put that in there. Someone else did. What is your answer to that?
So while diet and exercise can help with body fat, skin is a different subject.
Yeah.
Okay, skin is a different subject. I had a guy who came from 320 pounds down to about 153. And at the end, he had some skin. He actually had to get a surgery done to remove the skin. He had about a half a pound of skin. So it didn't matter if he built a great physique, there was still some skin left over. So in that situation with the skin, that may require talking to a cosmetic surgeon about kind of taking care of that.
I have a question. Are you seeing a trend of people coming in with sculpt bodies already, enhanced, not naturally sculpt by lifting more weights, but by cosmetically enhanced? Are you seeing that come in at your gym, or people don't enter the doors with that? Like, what are you seeing?
I don't typically see that on a regular basis. I mean, maybe in my entire career, maybe one or two people, but they didn't really last long term, because for them it was more of like, well, I just want a fast result. And while you may look good on day one, if you haven't changed any habits, and if you don't stick with a training program, I've seen how it looks in month 6, and you're back to where you were.
Yeah. I was just wondering, reading a lot of the different things about the uptick of cosmetic enhancements for the body and so forth. Have you seen more of that? Has that impacted your business, where people getting a ready fix as opposed to working toward a goal and knowing, like Sir Sanders Bailey said, this was a 2-year goal, 60 pounds. Some people now just want to order it. So,
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and that's, but you're saying you're not experiencing that at your facility, at your gym.
I haven't really seen that. I mean, look, I don't think that somebody who gets cosmetic surgery is gonna say, well, now the next step is I'm gonna go see Fitman.
Right.
I think it's more of, I'm gonna go get this done, and now I think I'm at my goal, and I think I'm good.
Right. But like you said, maintenance is still no matter what. Please, your website, your phone number, please tell us again.
So to find me and to actually get started on the program, it is Fitman Performance /21 Day Fit. 21 Day Fit is my intro program to get people in the door so that they can start to understand what my actual program is about. You start to learn about accountability. You start to learn about discipline. You start to learn about tracking. This gets folks started in the right direction. If you want to call me or text me, 267-460-1790.
Say that again.
267-460-1790.
Yeah. It's so much stuff out here to filter, and one of the things that I love that when you come on, you always underscore the importance of creating a habit, a routine, so that you always have a blueprint. And that's what it's about. You make a quick cake, it goes down. I was asking my daughter yesterday about Little Nas X as an analogy. I was like, whatever happened to Little Nas X? He had this like meteoric rise, like he was everywhere with that cowboy song, and then he crashed and imploded. And when you go up quick, the way back down, it seems faster. So build the muscles, build that body, recommit to you. So thank you, Fitman, for always getting us right back on track of what we need. Is there anything that I left out that you wanted to say in the 30 seconds that I have before I play Tricky by Run DMC? Is there anything?
Listen, I just wanted to add on to what you just said to everybody. Consistency wins the race.
Yes.
Okay? Consistency wins the race. You're not going to get it in a day. You're not going to get it in a week. You're not going to get it in a month. You might not even get it in 6 months. But can you do it for 10 years? Can you do it for 20 years? Can you do it for a lifetime? Which is what we all should be doing to really unleash our inner greatness.
Yeah. Ooh. Did you say inner greatness? Did you just call me by my name? What? Thank you, Fitman. We don't have time to play the song. I'm sure he's going to tell me that, Fahim. But thank you for closing out our Friday. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you. Keep on doing what you're doing. We always wish you much success. And what is that number for people to connect for the 21-day plan or the site, whatever you want to give them before we close out?
So they can log on to Fitman Performance /21-day fit to get started with me.
Yes. Have a blessed weekend. Take care, everyone.
You too.
Peace and love. Make it the loveliest of days. Fahim, take us out, please. Have a good weekend.
Have a great one, y'all.